Well, I'll tell you, I'm just finding all sorts of videos that are, substantiating what I just posted about Tucker Carlson and Richard Werner, and the objective is wars and more wars. But here, Congressman Larry McDonald, who was assassinated in 1983, let's see who he is, Congressman Larry McDonald got assassinated just after posting this video. 1983, an American physician, politician, and member of the United States House of Representatives from Georgia, Democrat, from 97 until he was killed as a passenger on board Korean Airlines Flight 07 when it was shot down by Soviet interceptors. Well, that's interesting, because McDonald maintained the most conservative voting record of any Democrat in Congress and was anti-communist. He became chairman of the John Birch Society, which they call it a right-wing political advocacy group, but on property rights is fundamental. I have to say I agree with the John Birch Society on more things than one would believe. I was always a liberal, but once you get into it, let's just say the liberals have been just as bad as the conservatives. Lawrence Patton McDonald, from the Patton family, General Patton. Okay, so what's interesting here, this is going to have to go into the Korean flight to attend a celebration of the 30th anniversary of the U.S.-South Korean Mutual Defense Treaty with 3 fellow members of Congress. He was invited with Jesse Helms of North Carolina, because I have to say, wait a second, Jesse Helms is still around. Well, yeah, he's still around. Senator Steve Okay, it looks like due to bad weather, McDonald's flight. We finally arrived at JFK Airport. He missed his connection to South Korea by 2 minutes. Okay, so I don't know. The Korean Air, why that was shot down, I'm not really sure about that. So anyway, that's interesting to look into, because he says he was assassinated after exposing. This is what this gentleman is saying, whether he was assassinated or it was coincidental, in being on the flight. I'll have to look into what happened with that flight. I mean, I've heard about it, but so let's listen to what he has to say here.
The John Birch Society considers communism.
Yep, okay. I was afraid.
Only one arm of a master conspiracy in which socialist American insiders are plotting to establish world government.
Well, Tom, I'm sure being a long-standing member of the Rockefeller apparatus and as a member of the Council on Foreign Relations of longstanding, you're fully aware that There is an elitist core in this country that has seen value in subsidizing communism, of protecting communism.
It has?
Sure.
You're accusing me of subsidizing communism?
No, I'm saying
because
that
I happen to belong to
You're
a
accusing
there
me
is an
foreign
elite
policy
core.
study group.
No,
like
wait a minute.
he's the
There
entire.
is an elite core in this country that has dominated American society.
Well, I'm not one of
Well,
them.
let me
Trilateral Commission.
The Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations.
State
Here's a
Department,
group-
I suppose.
Well, let's face it, they've dominated the State Department for 40 years, and pretty much openly
All right,
so.
but what are they trying to do, Congressman?
Well, their
McDonald?
objective is to try to bring about a gradual transition in our society, a dissolving of sovereignty, and a moving steadily to the left on the political spectrum.
Well, who
With
are
the
they?
belief, the elitist groups that I mentioned, particularly key individuals and policymakers in the
Is
Council
the
on Foreign
international
Relations.
Who are they? Like, he doesn't even let this guy is so, aggressive. He doesn't even let him finish his sentence to the response to the question.
monetary fund part of this?
Well, I would say the International Monetary Fund has certainly been set up for the purpose of facilitating.
Oh, yes, it has. It has been facilitating it and facilitating it. And all of these guys need to be held to account.
Transfer of sovereignty and transfer of wealth on the road.
All right, we
to
elected
something.
Mr. Conservative.
Let me just finish the
All right.
point, because otherwise we're going to have a lot of unanswered questions. That you are looking at a group that has worked to bring about a dissolution of national sovereignties on the road to world government. And certainly you're familiar with local professor Carroll Quigley, who has been part of your club, in which he admitted all this. And he said in his book, Tragedy and Hope, the only thing I disagree is that we've worked to keep it a secret. You see Arthur Schlesinger Jr. writing way back in 1947. He said that the objective, the secret policy, which we can't tell the American public because they're not sophisticated enough to see the value, is that through a steady result of erosion of new deals, we bring the American society steadily to the left,
All right.
and through a sound concept of benign containment, we merge into the vital center of the socialist left. Those are his words, not mine.
All right, now let me ask you seriously. When you use people like Casey, who's on the Council on Foreign Relations, David Rockefeller's Trilateral Commission, what do you mean, or do you mean, is that your term, the term conspiracy?
You have people who are part of the elitist structure of this country that have dominated this country openly for 40 years.
I know, but they're not, is that a conspiracy?
Now, wait a minute. If people quietly working together for evil objectives, two or more, that by definition is a conspiracy. You have by
See, he gave the definition a long time ago. It's a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy theory. Anytime they want to shut you up, it's a conspiracy theory. It's like if two or more people speak together and make some plans to do something to affect another person or society or whatever, that is under legal definition of conspiracy.
their own admission. You look at the Tragedy and Hope by Professor Carroll Quigley, who's a member of this elitist group. He says, sure, we've been working this. Sure, we've been collaborating with communism. Yes, we're working for a global accommodation. Yes, we're working for world government. The only thing I object to is that we have kept it a secret.
See? There we go. Yeah, more proof of what they've been up to in Washington, and it hasn't been to advance the rights of the constituency of elected officials or American taxpayers or American citizens. It's been to gaslight everybody into believing that Washingtonians are something that they're not, and that everybody comes here working for the common good and to uphold the Constitution and, oh my Lord, all sorts of other bullshit that they come up with. Voila, you heard it here first. Bye-bye. Have a nice evening.